Sanchez in Long Beach, California. Hey, you wanted to talk about Benghazi?
Well, yes, I did, but you were mentioning earlier, just a few moments ago, about the Occupy movement and Move to Amend, and I wanted to tell you something real quick. Senor, you might remember that I have the Occupy movement running in my veins. Last week, I'm down here in Long Beach, so I work with Occupy Long Beach now. Last week, we were able to occupy the downtown office of Wells Fargo, chanting our banks got bailed out, we got sold out slogans and things like that. At the same time, while up in downtown LA, Occupy LA was shutting down the front of the downtown Wells Fargo office with Occupy Fights Foreclosure, bringing up the fact that they're still doing all of these illegal foreclosures. And tomorrow, you mentioned Move to Amend, we're doing a banner on top of one of our freeway overpasses. So we're still involved.
Oh, good on you. Good on you. I'm glad to hear that the Occupy movement is alive and well in the LA area. I've seen so many of them. Well, it's not so much that I've seen them vanish. I mean, it's just, you no longer hear from them. So
honestly, Senor, I don't know anything about you mentioning the Mao, and I don't know anything from Mao or the Mau Maus.
Yeah. Okay, good.
The activists.
Good.
So anyway, this thing about Benghazi, there was one thing that's been mentioning that's not being mentioned in the mainstream media, and everybody's being hush-hush about this, is the fact that there was a CIA annex within the compound of the consulate there in Benghazi. And it's been even testified yesterday. Gregory Hicks, who's the former deputy mission and one of the whistleblowers that was interviewed in the hearings, was saying, and this is his testimony here, that he testified that a four-man team of Green Berets in Tripoli were denied a request to deploy to Benghazi the morning after the attack began, though officials doubt they could have arrived early enough to save lives at the CIA annex. And people were proposing from way back when Paula Broadwell spilled the beans during that speech she did at the University of Colorado, that was the reason that there was an attack, because they had a CIA black ops site within the sites of that compound.
So, and that's the news story that's not making the news.
That's the news story, because also you remember how many times they did a song and dance to poor Susan Rice, and she kept having to change her story, plus the fact that the whistleblowers were saying that they were asking for help the day before the attacks. And here the CIA first, when they made their first announcements, said they were asserting that it was an Al-Qaeda-linked attack, and then they drew back, and that they were saying that it was a spontaneous reaction to what was happening up in Egypt and what was happening in the America with that stupid video.
Right.
So the person that also went silent was when Lindsey Graham, about a month or two ago, was demanding to see all the information. Where's he been since that report came out? And he read it. Yeah.
Very interesting. Sanchez, thank you for keeping up on the minutia of a story that pretty much only Fox News is covering. But oddly enough, there's a lot of Americans who are watching Fox and listening to right-wing talk radio, and it's good to get this stuff on the record. Sanchez, thanks a lot for the call. I appreciate it. It's great to hear from you again. 28 minutes past the hour.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 866-987-THOM.
We'll be back 28 minutes past the hour.